ruined. This marker is ruined. Because look at this marker. Look at this marker that I bought. These are permanent markers that I bought. And one of them, the brown one, this is a whole box of them, see? Now we know never to get this kind. But the brown one end is red and the other end is brown. But you take the lid off the brown one and look. Look at this. The whole point of it comes off with the lid. If you take the lid off, the whole point comes off, and the ink stick is down inside. See this? So this marker is no good. It's practically brand new, and already it's ruined because it's defective. It's faulty. It's shoddily made. It's poorly constructed. So you take I don't know how many of the other markers in this set are like that because I didn't use all. There's some of them I never got to use, like purple and yellow. But the brown one is ruined. And it's brand new. So you can't use it. You can't use it for anything because when you take the lid off, the tip comes off too. See, this is the lid and this is the tip. So the tip comes off with it. So the reason this is important is because I had to make a poster for Occupy, which I never used, by the way. So in order to make the poster, I had to order a special. I had to order a brown marker off the internet because you can't get brown permanent markers around here unless you order them off the internet. So I had to get one off the internet, and that cost $15 extra for shipping to have it delivered in time. But all because these markers are ruined. Because they're defective. They're crap. So, and the reason why I got a brown marker was so I could make this. See this? The right-wing media lies. See that? I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if it fits on this. I made a huge poster for an Occupy event that says, "The right-wing media lies." And that was for last week. That was for this past Saturday. I was going to use this. Because there is the March Against the Mainstream Media nationwide day of action. But I didn't go to it. You know why? Because the Tea Party co-opted the event. I don't know if they co-opted the nationwide event, but they co-opted Occupy Cincinnati's event. The Tea Party co-opted it, so I didn't go. So I didn't get to use this poster that I made, or this sign that I made. We were gonna walk down the street with it. So. Because it has several different, and mostly for the other things, for the colors other than brown, I use these markers, and you could tell they're practically brand new and they're already fading. Because those markers aren't very good. But yeah, actually, the brown markers, I had to get a whole box of them. This is the only way you can get them. I have a whole box of brown markers here, all brown. So anyway, this is the sign that I made. I didn't get to use it because I pulled out of the event because the Tea Party was co-opting it. Because I told them, I put on the events page on Facebook I was going to bring this sign, and some Tea Party guy said told me not to come because he says you have a biased view. So some Tea Party guy that was coming told me not to come. He says, you have a biased view, don't bring that. So he's like, it's not fair the Tea Party basically took over the event, and then they wouldn't, because I looked at this guy's Facebook page, the guy who said that, and he's a Tea Party guy. And he said, I'm coming to this event. He says, I'm going to come to this event. Of this March Against the Mainstream Media event that Occupy is having. He says, I'm going to come to that. And then I said, well, I'm going to make a sign that says, the right-wing media lies. And he says, well, you're uninvited because you have a biased view. And whose right was it to uninvite me? Because this is a guy who's never showed up at, as far as I know, has never showed up at any Occupy events. And then he comes out of nowhere to try to bring his Tea Party friends along to Occupy events, and they did too, because there's a video up on YouTube they posted, and the Tea Party guys all wore masks, so you couldn't tell who they were. So there's a video up on the internet, I think it was on YouTube, of them wearing masks, and you couldn't see their faces, so you didn't know which Tea Party people were co-opting the Occupy's event. And they were like, yeah, and they're being interviewed, and they're like, yeah, I think the media is not doing enough to bring back the gold standard. And it's not fair. The media should listen more to people like Ben Swan and Breitbart.com. And that's the entire point of them showing up was so they could complain that the media wasn't right wing enough. And they said they were going to carry a sign that, I don't know if they actually carried a sign that said this, but they said they were going to carry a sign that said that promoted Breitbart.com and other so-called alternative news sites like Fox News. They called Fox News an alternative website. They said Fox News isn't the mainstream media, it's really an alternative website. But Fox News is always bragging about beating CNN in the ratings. Like anybody has watched CNN after 1991. So, I mean, when was the last time CNN's really had that many viewers? And Fox News is going, but in any event, Fox News is bragging about being the ratings leader. So how can you not be mainstream if you're the ratings leader? Because if you're a ratings leader, aren't you pretty much the mainstream media by definition? You're not really an alternative anymore, and you never were anyway, because Fox News has always favored the Republicans. So they're here claiming, so the Tea Party co-opted an Occupy event, and they wouldn't let me show up with this sign because it hurt their feelings. I was offending them. They were mad at Occupy for not inviting the Tea Party to one of their events. So that's the story of how I got a brown marker that I didn't even need because the Tea Party co-opted an Occupy event.